What's up, Lou?
Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba-ba. Welcome to Looney Duels in the 24th and a half century. That's right, we're broadcasting this episode from the future. This is episode 2072. We're still covering Roadrunner shorts.
The future's great right now. There's flying Teslas that crash into children now. It's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, pretty dope. My neighbor's George Jetson, it's kind of cool. I don't know.
All the dogs are robots. Joe Biden hasn't died yet somehow. I don't know how that's happened. Really, he's like literally a walking corpse right now.
Yeah, it's kind of funny actually. The technology improvements we've had seen here in the future. It's just such so laughable looking back at these these primitive cartoons that are barely being held together by a string. As we watch and review them, there's just so much to cover.
It's really quaint when you think about it. We have Joe Biden's walking corpse right next to us, and here we are about to watch the, I believe, 9,001,246,000th Tweety Bird short.
Yeah, I thought at one point we might hit a stopping point, but they keep making them. We're pretty dedicated to our jobs.
It kind of feels like someone went back in time and just started making more. Like, I feel like when we went on the list, like, suddenly more just kept appearing. It was a bit weird.
It was kind of scary. Well, welcome to Looney Duels. What do we do here again?
We power scale the Looney Tunes to determine which one of them would perform the best in combat.
Yeah, pretty much. That's pretty much what we do. It's same old today, but we do have I think I would consider this a new player on the field, right?
It's a variant of a player. It's a landmark, it's short. We can say that at least.
Yeah, so the first short we're going to talk about today is Duck Dodgers in the 24th and a half century. And this is the first Duck Dodgers short?
When I checked this seems like it's the first.
Okay. Now, Duck Dodgers, if you're unfamiliar, it's Daffy Duck in like a little green costume with a cape, and he's like in the future, and he's like what's his job? Is he like a space ranger or something?
I think the idea, he's just a space hero is kind of what it is.
Okay, so here's my first question. Before we get into any of it,
right? Is
Duck Dodgers Daffy Duck in the future? Is he Daffy Duck's superhero persona? Or is it like Daffy Duck's like ancestor?
If we go off the logic of the show that this spun off into, I believe this just is Daffy Duck frozen in a time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe this is just Daffy Duck just in the future because he was frozen.
So he was frozen, and then like we'll come kind of like a Futurama situation,
right?
Which means Porky Pig is the Leela of the equation.
Yeah, of course. Duck Dodgers, I want to say, in terms of like the personas the Looney Tunes have taken on, like the roles, or like they're kind of characters playing characters. This one has lasted the longest. Like you see Duck Dodgers is persistent to this day.
It's a TV show, yeah.
It's got a TV show. It's got more shorts after this. When they did like those 2000 shorts that did Duck Dodgers, Duck Dodgers isn't back in action. Duck Dodgers is Looney Tunes Builders. Duck Dodgers is probably gonna be in multiverses. This is really a persona of like Daffy that is stuck pretty hard.
So when considering Daffy in terms of like combat strength or just general performance, do we factor in Duck Dodgers as a persona he could like turn into, like do like a magical girl transformation?
Yes, I'm gonna say yes immediately because he does that in Back in Action.
Okay, that's true. He does do that in Back in Action. You're right, to save the day. Now, does that transformation require a lot of like build up or power? Like he can't just like flip it on like a switch, right?
He has to make sure his jetpack doesn't explode.
Yeah, because he doesn't really have powers, does he?
No.
He has like a ray gun and a jetpack to fly, but he doesn't have any natural abilities when he is Duck Dodgers. Like he doesn't, gain the ability to flight.
To be frank, Duck Dodgers is Daffy in a costume. It is the equivalent to a little baby child like playing superhero. He has no like new skills. He can like he has new equipment around him in his like setting, but like in terms of abilities, Daffy now had he is just Daffy with a suit.
Do you think that the suit though changes his like way of battling, maybe his personality a little bit? Because like I mean, Daffy is really narcissistic, and he's cocky, and he will always be, and no matter what form he is, he will be that. But I feel like when he's Duck Dodgers, he's even more so like self-assured. He's less afraid of like what he's gonna run into. He's very like, I'm Duck Dodgers, fuck you, you know?
His cockiness and his I think confidence increase when he's Duck Dodgers, but his stupidity also increases a bit, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of positive and negative against each other in that regard.
Right.
Because he does. So Marvin is the guy he's facing off in this one. It's always good to see Marvin the Martian.
I mean, I love that guy.
I love him too, and I think what's cool about Marvin is that I think in these earlier shorts we see of him, he's very like unbothered by a lot of things, and when Duck Dodgers is like, hey, you know what, I'm claiming this planet X for Earth, Marvin's just like, no you're not, and shoots him.
Yeah, to be blunt here, Marvin's kind of on top most of this short.
Yeah, he's really on top of everything. He really, Mr. Duck Dodgers gets the short end of the stick for a majority of this, and he's, I feel like, really only alive because of Porky Pig.
Yeah, probably.
It was his little assistant guy. Was Porky also frozen, or is he like is he a future Porky?
I think this is future Porky. That's my opinion. I think this
Kinda
is Daffy,
like
but
Planet
future
Sheen?
Porky. Yeah, this is like the alien Carl of. God fucking damn it, we're going with that comparison. Yeah, sure. This is the alien Carl of the Looney Tunes universe.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, Daffy Duck gets frozen, and he wakes up in the future, and he's like, wow, everything's so different. I can be someone different. I could be this, like, superhero. And then they assign him Porky Pig, who, as far as I know, doesn't go by anything, really.
No, he's the Egon Space Cadet.
Oh, yeah, that's right. And Daffy's like, wow, you remind me of a guy I used to torture back in, the 18th century.
Yeah, back in this caveman days, I used to torture a pig just like you.
So by the end of this, they've traded blows, but there's not much of the planet left. There's just like enough space for one person to stand,
right.
Of which Duck Dodgers pushes Marvin the Martian off it. Then it pans down to see that Porky and Marvin are both just like hanging on by a thread. So I guess Daffy won?
Daffy won on the sense that I guess he's the last man standing.
Literally.
Nobody truly wins this one because they both kind of fuck themselves up. But Daffy is the winner in the technical that he's on top of Marvin at the end.
Yeah, even though Marvin did put up quite a fight and was kicking his ass pretty much throughout all of it, I think Daffy won on a technicality more than anything.
We do need to list one of Duck Dodgers does have a specific ability to him. Also, he has one specific ability. He has an anti-disintegration vest, which regular
right.
Daffy doesn't have.
That's right, he does. Regular Daffy has just a bulletproof vest, but Duck Dodgers came prepared to deal with aliens. So I feel like Duck Dodgers is a good adversary versus maybe our extraterrestrial, Looney Tunes characters, or Marvin and his little dog characters, anything that's kind of otherworldly.
Right.
Maybe Duck Dodgers has a little bit of an edge on. Because he's got more technology. Here's another thing. It's everyone's, Marvel Cinematic Universe charging at each other.
Yeah.
And Daffy's like, shit, I gotta turn into Duck Dodgers, to have a better edge in this fight. When he turns into Duck Dodgers, does he get access to Duck Dodgers like technology, like the ray guns and, the space stuff?
He gets the vest and a ray gun.
Okay, he does. What about a jetpack?
Let me look at his default design. He does not have a jetpack in his default design, so no. He would need to find a jetpack.
So which I'm sure there is plenty lying around since Wile will be on the field.
Of course, if he can find Wile's jetpack, he can use it.
Okay, and he's proficient at the jetpack. Right. Okay, all right. So similarly, though, Porky Pig cannot turn into like his cadet version of himself because it would be pretty useless.
No, yeah.
Even though Cadet Porky is like, I feel like more. I don't know. He seems smarter. He seems like a smarter guy. He's kind of sassy.
I think it's fine. Porky still has his meter to fill, so I think he'll be fine.
Do you think Cadet Porky also has like a evil Porky meter?
I don't think so. I think he's too calm.
Yeah,
he doesn't seem to snap.
Yeah, you're right. I think he's just kind of like mellowed out. It's the future. What's there to be mad about?
Daffy mouths off to him a ton in this short, and then he fucks up the end. And Porky never really gets mad. He just kind of goes, "Big deal."
Yeah. Well, congratulations, Duck Dodgers, on your technical win. Marvin, you'll
job.
get one. I know you have one in there somewhere. It's got to happen one of these days.
He keeps technically losing, right? Because the Bugs one, the same thing kind of happened where they blow up the moon and they're just kind of both stuck on it.
Yeah, I was thinking that. It's a very similar ending. One day he'll be on top.
Yeah, maybe someday. All right, you'll never guess who's next. You'll never...
You have a 50-50 guess here. Which short we're talking about.
Okay, chat right now. Pause the video and just comment who you think it's gonna be. Right now, I want to see names in the just a long list of names in the comments right now. I want you to tell me who you think it's gonna be.
All right, now that you finished writing that comment, we're talking about Tweety and Sylvester again. Wow!
Thank fucking God.
This one's called Bird in a Guilty Cage. He gets so close every time, doesn't he?
This one, okay. I wrote in my notes. This one pissed me off. He gets
you were really
so
bad
close.
at this one.
he gets so close. Like Tweety Bird is in his mouth, but he has to stop to play a game with him. Really, he's like, "I'm gonna put you in a sandwich, Tweety Bird," and then he has to fucking dramatically eat the sandwich, and then Tweety Bird is able to slip out because he doesn't take a big enough bite of the sandwich, and then maybe he was right fucking there. You just chew and swallow, you stupid cat. I'm sorry.
I think this was Tweety at his most vulnerable too. Tweety like almost gets eaten like a ton of times in this one.
It makes me so mad. Sylvester just wasn't the biggest fucking idiot on the planet. He would have that bird easy.
So here's what my big notes for Sylvester was. Thankfully he does talk a little bit in this one, so we get a little more of, Sylvester's personalities coming out. Love to see it. He has a gun. He just starts shooting Tweety at one point.
Yeah. Sylvester can work a gun? Question mark?
Do you think that he has a gun license?
No.
No. Because we've talked before about whether or not he's technically like a citizen or an animal, and it's kind of a gray area.
Mm-hmm.
So, did he just like find a gun somewhere? Did he purchase it legally?
Well, they're in a store. Maybe the store was just selling it.
This whole thing. This whole thing takes place in like a department store or something, and I guess they're selling Tweety. I forgot to look at how much they're selling Tweety for. I think it was like $20 or something.
Yeah, they should have just let Sylvester eat him at that point.
But yeah, I don't think that Sylvester has a gun license. I think he just has killed before and will again. Because Sylvester has a lot of just unhinged violence in him. He's not smart. In fact, no. I'm just going to spoil it right here. He doesn't win this short because Tweety makes him eat a dynamite, and Sylvester thinks that he ate Tweety and he just upset his stomach a little bit.
You'll never guess which stupid piece of shit loses this short. It's Tweety Bird.
So, I guess, in a way, though, Sylvester thought he won. He ate Tweety Bird, and he was like, all right.
Yeah, I guess.
There we go. I mean, it's a mental win for Sylvester, right? Is that anything?
He still gets blown up at the end.
But he's alive, and he's intact. He's not like...
He didn't eat Tweety Bird, though, and that's his ultimate goal.
That's true. In fact, once he thinks he's eaten Tweety Bird and, had an upset tummy, he makes a remark that, I'm taking birds off the menu. Just like, I'm not going to say, I was going to make a joke about free birds.
We're going back in time to the first Thanksgiving to get turkeys off the menu.
Tweety Bird is off. He's gonna go eat Chuck E. Cheese pizza now, and he's gonna throw up after that and go, you know what, maybe Bird wasn't so bad.
I mean, what could you say about this whole situation that
he's
Sylvester
colorblind. We learned that. He's colorblind because he can't tell the difference between red and yellow.
That's right. He eats the dynamite like with no questions asked, right?
Yeah, I don't know if that's how. No, because there's the bows on the gun, and Tweety has a yellow bow and he has a red bow, and he thinks. Right. And he thinks that it's his gun. I don't know if red and yellow is a thing you can get confused when you're colorblind, but Sylvester's a cartoon animal, so probably. Yeah, he's colorblind. That's a new fact.
How is that going to affect him, though, in the war?
if he's fighting Wile E. Coyote and Ralph Coyote, he might get them confused.
What the? How?
Because they look the exact same except their noses, right?
Oh, that's right. He could. One of them is his ally and one of them is his enemy, and he doesn't know. He can't tell.
Yeah,
How horrible.
That'll be his weakness.
Oh, how horrible. Oh, poor Sylvester. Everything's going so wrong for you. I also wrote that he's a bit of a pervert, but I don't remember why I wrote that.
Oh, yeah, he goes up to, like, the woman mannequins, and he goes...
Oh, okay. Good to know that Sylvester is horny, I guess, also.
Yeah, it's, when I, like, consider my horny... Where's the horny Looney Tunes tier list we did? I want to say I put Sylvester at the bottom. Great things to say, by the way, without any context.
I'll flash an image of it. We each filled out our own. I'm pretty sure I also put Sylvester in, like, pretty low. I don't remember. I don't think I had many opinions on Sylvester.
We might need to update that tier list again someday. Now that we're more knowledgeable. Right?
Yeah, you know what? I think I would change some things. I think I would change some things.
Yeah, I would obviously move that freak Sylvester up. Based on the information we just learned, that freak needs to be at the top, apparently.
So Tweety won.
Yeah,
right.
He won.
Sylvester didn't. He didn't win. He thought he did, but he didn't. He seemed pretty satisfied, though. But, I thought I was expecting more jubilation, when he thought he ate Tweety Bird, like a big party.
He just kind of walks off, Yeah,
he like thinks he eats him, he gets, he just kind of like, okay, pats his tummy, walks off. It's like, come on, where's the fanfare? Where's the parade?
Which, to be fair, does add credits to, like, the theory that all these Sylvesters are different Sylvesters. Like, this wasn't this was a one-time thing for this Sylvester.
Yeah, this wasn't like what we're going to get into in the future, the reoccurring Sylvester. This is Sylvester number 19 or whatever, getting a little meal and walking off, and we'll never see him again.
All right, and that's all we have to say about Sylvester and Tweety this time.
I have nothing to say about Tweety Bird.
You know who's next?
Who's next?
Roadrunner and Coyote in a wild about hurry. I kind of blanked out during this one. Can I be honest with you? We're running into that problem. Like, these are okay, how do I word this? These are classic shorts. They're well made, they're brilliant, but in the context of the show we're doing, it is becoming harder and harder to say things about these two characters.
I have something to talk about. I have two things to talk about. Okay. So, in a shot, we see Wile E. Coyote looking at an expense sheet of some sort. Mm-hmm. So my question is, where is the cash flow? Clearly, Wile E. Coyote is spending hundreds of dollars on Acme equipment.
A lot.
Yes, like a lot. Does he have just a lot saved up? Is he is he a trust fund kid? Did he just have a big inheritance? Is he, does Wile E. Coyote have a job?
Yeah, I guess that's the $1 million question, literally. How does he get all this money?
Because he's got to have something. I refuse to believe that he just, is in horrible debt. Because we've established before that Wile E. Coyote, if he wanted to, could just order a pizza or buy some food, but he doesn't want to. So we can't use him like clearly starving to death as like, oh, he's obviously poor. No, he's got money.
Have we considered the fact, and this just came to me, that Wile E. Coyote is an influencer?
Okay. So, like, is he on Instagram?
I think he's something. I think he's an Acme influencer.
Oh, okay. So Acme will send him products, and he'll like film himself doing like a TikTok of him using it.
Yeah, to do like the like, I don't know, what do the kids do? Like the Griddy with a big piece of dynamite or something. I don't know.
Right. It'll be like cap or no cap or whatever, and he'll say, he'll review Acme products, and that's how he gets his money. He gets thousands of views on TikTok of him saying, this is Acme top 10 Acme products you need to buy, except It's all done in the TikTok voice because Wile E. Coyote doesn't talk. So
yeah. Acme products.
Top 10 Acme products you should or shouldn't buy.
Now we have to clarify he's an influencer, but now the second question to ask is how would this help at all in the field of battle?
That's another thing. Well, he's got clout. right? Do you
guess.
think does Wile E. Coyote have fans? Yes, I'm already just gonna say yes. Wile E. Coyote has a lot of fans on his TikTok gram. I'm really, trying here. I don't use TikTok.
Okay.
But I think that his followers, subscribers, they, if they saw Wile was in the heat of battle, they would send him support. They would, send him weapons, and maybe they would show up to the battle themselves to put themselves on the line for it as like a big meme, because they would think it's a meme, right?
Right.
So they would show up and be like, "LOL," and they would film themselves at the big battle, and they'd be like, "LOL, being Wile E. Coyote's ally here at the great battle," and then other people would show up.
I guess the question asked, though, is does Wile E. Coyote have a fan base of competent Toon characters, or would he have a fan base of, like, Elmer Fuds?
I think that Wile E. Coyote is pretty popular with, like, the youngins. I mean, I'm going to say his influence is of people between the ages of 21 and 29. Maybe some late 30s, early 30s in there. Those are his biggest supporters. So when they show up to the battle, they are young and strong, and they will, they have nothing to lose.
What are they gonna do though? Like hit the Griddy in front of Bugs Bunny?
They could cause confusion. There's a lot of them.
Are they gonna do like a water bottle flip and like land on its bottom, and Bugs like, impressive, Mac, and it'll hit it with a big mallet?
I mean, it's sheer numbers, right? Like, like we've established sometimes that some of these tunes are thwarted by just sheer number. Like, Bugs has been kind of intimidated by a pack of dogs before. Why not a pack of? Why not a?
Consider if they're in the Looney Tunes world, what if Bugs like makes it like a big like he gets like a big containment unit and writes like, I don't know, like soy-free vegan restaurant on it, because that's the joke they would make, and then all like the millennials who love Wile E. Coyote walk into it, and then he slams it shut and like pushes it off a cliff. What would they do then?
That's a good question on whether or not this would take place in the Toon World or not. Second question, is Toon World easily accessible, or is it something you gotta know how to get to, like through the golf hole, like in Space Jam?
I think that's a good question.
Like, if you were following Wile E. Coyote and he said, "Please come help me, I'm dying out here," would you know how to get to him? You
would just have to go to Warner Bros. Studio and enter the metaverse through Don Cheadle powers.
Okay, you're right. What happened to this short again?
I don't. They literally. They do like a slingshot thing. They've done that before.
Yeah, that's another thing I was going to talk about. In a lot of schemes that Wile has, it's always him trying to make himself faster. But I feel like he's plenty fast himself. Like, I feel like him slingshotting himself is no faster than him just running at top speed, right?
Yeah.
What's the point? I think he's just not thinking these things through. He's throwing himself at a wall all the time.
No, not for a single second does he think any of this through.
And he's wasting so much money. Oh, so much money.
Yeah,
all that influencer cash.
Just Wile, love your shorts. You gotta mix it up though.
Love your YouTube shorts.
Yeah, love your YouTube shorts about you only have 8 words left this year. Maybe that's why he doesn't speak.
He's used up all his words.
He used up all his words. Anyway, Roadrunner won this one.
Yeah, Roadrunner won this one. He doesn't even care. It's nothing to Roadrunner. He's too powerful.
Nothing to him.
All right. Our last one is Fair-Haired Hare, which is a Bugs and Yosemite Sam short.
Always a good time.
There is, I'm going to just say it, there's some, like, domestic AU tension in this one.
Do you want to talk about that right now?
Sure. I would love to.
Okay.
So, in this short, Sam builds a house on top of Bugs' house, which is a hole in the ground, and they go to the court to settle it. Notably, Bugs decides to do this. Like, Bugs could absolutely handle Sam if he really wanted to, but he's like, you know what? I'm taking you to court.
I feel like Bugs just went to court because it was funny. That's the only reason he did it.
Yeah, and so the judge rules that they have to live on the same property together until one of them dies.
Bugs Bunny and Yosemite Sam sharing the house?
One bed? gosh. Actually,
No,
no,
it's
there's
too
two.
bad.
There's
Yeah,
two
it's sorry.
bears.
They don't draw like Bugs and Yosemite snuggled up together. I'm sorry.
What a shame.
Yeah.
So Sam is, pretty dead set on killing Bugs, but I think that Bugs, for all he's worth, at the very beginning at least, he's like not plotting to kill Sam. Like he's like,
Right.
all right, I guess this is life, right? Like I'm gonna live with Yosemite Sam for a little bit.
Well, hold on. We need to talk about Bugs Bunny's one weakness we've learned, which is bear carpet.
Oh yeah, he got that's another thing. The way that the short starts at the beginning when Bugs comes out of his hole and into Sam's living room, there's like a bear carpet, like like a dead bear skin, and Bugs is like gets caught in the mouth and he's like, help! Help! He starts like freaking out until Sam comes and like saves him.
And then he says get out and tries to shoot him.
And that's something to Sam's character. I think Sam was like, oh, let him go. Like, let that poor, like, varmint go. And then as soon as, the danger is cleared, Sam has done his good deed. He's still like, okay, now get out of my, like, property. Like, I helped you, but you don't get to stay here.
You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's when Bugs goes to court. Again, I just think he did that because it was funny. I think that was his only logic there. Yeah, Bugs Bunny has to. You need to write law down as one of Bugs Bunny's moves. He can use law.
You can bring in a judge.
Yeah. You'll never know when he'll bring it out.
Yosemite Sam's got his like little apron and he's making like breakfast. He's like such a like I don't know. I feel like he's very wifey.
Yeah.
Sam's kind of wifey in this.
Yeah, ignoring the fact he's trying to poison him.
I mean, I think that's just very endearing. I think it's just just Sam just hiding his true feelings towards Bugs Bunny by putting rat poison in his carriage.
Do you think Bugs knew the orange juice was poison? The carrot juice, so it was carrot juice, was poisoned, and he was just fucking with Yosemite Sam when he spun them around?
I actually don't think he knew.
You don't think he knew?
I think he maybe strongly suspected it, but I don't think he knew 100%.
Okay.
So he just kind of was like having a laugh. I think that's how Bugs flirts. He just kind of like plays around. He's like a little teasing, He's like, tee-hee, which glass is yours? Which glass is mine? That kind of thing. I think he was just trying to, feel the room a little bit.
Yosemite Sam is the one who drinks the poison. You will never guess he's the one who gets the poison drink when he spins the table around.
Yeah, it's a very Princess Bride situation there, where they're just drinking their juice, and it's like, okay, one of these is poisoned, I guess. But I think if Sam would have just given it a rest, they could have lived pretty peacefully together, right?
Yeah, Bugs isn't really doing anything towards Yosemite. He's fine tucking into bed next to him at night.
Yeah, I think it would be one thing if Bugs had like an annoying habit that Sam didn't like he like watches the TV too loud, or I don't know, like sings in the shower like annoyingly, something that would hinder Sam's lifestyle. It feels like Sam wanted to kind of get out. Like he's in the middle of nowhere. He's built this house with his own two hands, which he did it very fast. I think that we gotta acknowledge that that's a skill set that he has, that he can build houses.
He's like Fortnite.
Yeah, he can start building walls.
Yosemite Sam will be the Fortnite character they had.
And like Bugs wasn't really doing anything to aggravate him. I think Sam just wanted some space. Maybe he just wanted to be alone. If Sam would have tampered down that temper, he would have seen that he and Bugs were perfect roommates.
Yeah, no, I get Bugs seemed to have no issue dealing with the situation. This is all Yosemite's fault.
So here's my question.
Yeah?
Do you think that Sam was on his A game in this short?
No. I think this was a bad showing from Sam. He was off his A game, and we learned I don't think he's a good team player.
That's the thing I was thinking. I think that he has a sort of sense of justice, right? Whereas he saved Bugs from the bear, but he has a really hard time playing nice with somebody, like in the same room, right? Like he'll do a good deed, but he doesn't necessarily want to be your friend.
Correct. Yeah. No, I think Yosemite Sam I think that's going to be his weakness on the battlefield, is his refusal to accept any help.
Yeah, I think he's going to be too much of a lone wolf guy, and it's really going to hurt him, but he will thankfully be able to build up some walls to protect himself really fast. But maybe we should be asking him to tear down those walls and accept
Maybe
love.
Elmer can do that to him like we proposed.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Oh. Oh, what a love. What a world. Anyway, I think this ends with Bugs blasting the cabin in the sky. I don't remember how that happened.
Yeah, he blows. Yosemite Sam starts putting a bunch of dynamite in Bugs' hole. Clip that. And then the dynamite is in between the house and the hole, so it only blows up the house, and the house gets flung into outer space, where we can assume Yosemite Sam suffocated to death. Bugs win.
You don't think he was, snatched up by a certain alien we know?
Well, Marvin meets Sam?
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Poor Sam. I hope he's alright up there in the stars.
Suffocating and dying. Do you want to read some comments, though?
I would love to.
Okay, here we go. From Florp Plurf. If you were in the Looney Tunes world as an actual toon, not a Space Jam situation, who would you want to face off against?
I mean, is it, too easy to say, Elmer?
I was gonna say, if I value my life, I'm gonna pick, Elmer.
I think I could take Foghorn in a fight.
You know what? Actually, I think I'd take Sylvester. What is he gonna do? I'm a human person. If he tries to just pick him up and start, wrangling him around.
Well, remember when he knocked out that, tennis player and stole their outfit?
Well, as long as I see him coming, that's all I need to do is see him coming.
That's true.
If I'm on the prowl for Sylvester, he can't do shit.
That's true. If you're hunting him, that's another thing. Are you just, is this a predestined fight? They, sold tickets and you're waiting at an arena to fight? Or is this, you passed them in the street and they bumped into you and now you're picking a fight with them?
That's true.
Because that would change my answer a little.
I'm preferring the context that I am just a Looney Tunes character who exists in this world and I'm starring in a short. I think that makes it more interesting.
Oh, that's right. I forgot that you are a Looney Tunes character. I think is though I'm kind of scared of gunshots, so I don't think I would want to fight Elmer because even though he sucks, he does shoot a gun and that's very loud and scary.
Well, I mean, again, you got Sylvester right there. Easy target.
But what if I thought I could take Tweety Bird? What if I thought I could take him down?
What if Granny's in the room, though? What are you gonna do then? She'll kill you.
Shit, that's right. If Granny's involved, I'm dead.
Yeah, I mean, if Granny is in the room with you, I just don't even bother with Tweety. You're gonna lose. Grandma's too powerful. All right, our second question. How would the Goofy Gophers horse fare? Oh, this is from Brickhead. How would the Goofy Gophers horse fare against the OC horse you guys created for the Sheriff Foghorn scenario?
We gotta draw that horse.
Yeah, our awesome horse we invented that one time. I think, if I'm being honest, not to present any bias towards us, the commentators, but I do think Yosemite Sam's awesome horse we created could defeat the Goofy Gophers horse.
I thought it was Foghorn Leghorn's horse.
Was it Foghorn Leghorn's horse? It was someone's horse.
Well, Foghorn Leghorn was the sheriff.
Oh, that's right. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now Foghorn's awesome horse. He could defeat the Goofy Gophers horse. I don't want to, sound not to make an OC and then say could defeat Goku, but I do think our horse could defeat their horse.
I agree. I think our horse is very powerful and more reliable than the Goofy Gopher's horse, which we established is a call situation. You have to summon it. Whereas our horse would just be around.
He'd always be there.
Yeah, he's very observant and obedient and kick your ass. So maybe just, step back, Goofy Gopher's horse, because we got this. We got this, okay?
Yeah, we won. We have the cooler horse. Just admit it. Okay, yeah, Warner Bros, come on, give it up. We made the cooler horse, yeah.
Yeah, come on.
Grow up. All right, I think that's all, folks.
All right, well, as always, it's great talking and shopping and bopping and booping. I'm tired. I'm gonna go now. That's all, folks.
Bye-bye.